Going live. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good afternoon, good morning. I've actually been up since like 10 o'clock, but it still feels like morning.
Yeah, it definitely still feels like morning.
So happy, good feeling of morning. I am still waking up, so that probably is why it still feels like morning. I am joined today by the lovely Pockets Lockhart. And the Shiloh, will not be with us today. She is actually at her sister's house. Our two fluff balls, the two kittens, they are gone. They went to the Monica's house. Hello, Somber. Good afternoon.
Hey, Tom.
Sam?
Yeah, I just shortened everybody's name.
It can't be much shorter than Somber. The extra effort for that one last syllable is... Good afternoon, dog lover.
Hey, dog lover. Yeah, see, I didn't shorten it.
Yes, you didn't say, hey, dog.
No, normally I say, hey, D.
You can't get much shorter than a single letter. Any shorter, you'll simply be nodding. And you can't hear nods. You can't hear nods.
I know that. Thank you very much for the update, Captain Obvious.
Hello. So, I've been telling Somber, he knows all about it. Discovered App Labs over this past Friday and Saturday, which has given me a whole lot of access to some free VR titles. Might do a stream on the side channel later today. We'll see. We'll see. Been looking for good movies to watch, horror-wise, and man, there's nothing out there. Again, this is why Doughboy has been dubbed Big D. Again, but that's two syllables. Big D, Doughboy. I mean, if you're...
I could call him Didi.
If you... I mean, if you're typing it, I can see your point, but if you're just saying it, it doesn't take any extra effort to say Doughboy instead. Yeah, I know. He's Big D, I'm Chester. I get it. It's just the way it is. I'll sit here and sip my coffee.
When is my nightgown gonna come? I understand I get pain on my brain, but I want my nightgown.
So... that's what Pockets is. I was wondering what she was doing. She's been playing with her phone ever since I clicked, start stream.
Well, I got money back because they never sent the ring that I got for Sabian for Valentine's Day, which was kind of like his blue ring, but it was a green stone, like an emerald. Kind of looked like a class ring, like his last one, but more elegant. But I also got a nightgown with that, which was only $4. A long, nice nightgown. Now they're telling me I have to wait all the way till April 15th.
Yes.
But I got a $2 refund.
Yes, Somber. I have to agree with you on that. That's one of the big reasons that Freddy is popular. It's not just the one-liners.
Love Freddy.
It's how he delivers the one-liners. It's his flair. It's the
about the power glove.
It's the mannerisms. It's how he talks and flicks the his fingers into the air and just it's
if
very
that
much
fit
his.
Me enough, I would be able to forget.
It's very much his flair. I agree with you there. That's why Freddy is my second favorite horror movie killer. Obviously only to Jason, because I love Jason.
We know you love Jason. We have a giant statue.
I know. And I
had
love
to
him.
Cut you out of it.
Good morning, Pimp Demon, or good afternoon. Good afternoon, Minty. Good afternoon, Jose. And if I've missed anybody so far, good afternoon to you as well. I was actually going to take the day off of Blood and Beans today. I was like, it's a casual stream.
And I'm like, why?
I'm chilling. It's cool. I'm just going to wake up today and not worry about it. And Pockets got all sad.
I didn't get sad. I don't...
Just like,
see, he goes, oh, I got sad. No. I'm sorry. I know I'm a girl, a woman, but I did not get sad. I got, let down.
She didn't... it wasn't like she dropped her hot dog on the ground. It was like, oh my god, my hot dog!
I would never even cry if I dropped my hot dog on the ground. I'm not that kind of bitch. I'll just go and get another goddamn hot dog.
There was disappointment in her tone.
It's because believe it or not, it's all because of my OCD, because this is routine.
Okay. I'm down with that.
If there's a break in my routine, I make break.
Thank you, Pimp Demon. See, Pimp Demon gets it. He loves Jason, too. Jason is
okay.
Jason is the ultimate campfire tale. It's the ultimate campfire tale. There's no
You're welcome, dog lover.
real other way of just explaining that in one sentence. Freddy is fantastic. Love Freddy.
See, Freddy
the
is
one-liners,
my
the
favorite.
flair that he has. Yeah, I get it. It's extremely entertaining.
I know why we got married. You like Jason, I like Freddy.
I like Freddy too. Don't get me wrong. I do really like the Freddy movies, a lot.
Your first
not
pick
all of
is
them.
always
And
Ghost
that's
Jason.
well, of course, because I like every single
What is on
Jason
his laptop,
movie.
and I have to listen to every camping trip.
Oh, yes.
The 7th one.
It doesn't matter. No, we've also watched the 6th one. We watched part 2. I bring the box set with me when we go camping.
I know.
It's tradition. We go camping at Locust Lake, and we listen to a Locust Lake, at least one, sometimes more, and we watch a Jason movie.
And then Shallow sleeps in the Explorer.
Sitting in a tiny little cabin in the middle of the woods, in a campground, by a lake, watching Jason.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you get off my toe? Thank you.
You know I was on your toe.
You were just on the right here where my toe doesn't make it, because I have such little feet. These are a size 5. I'm a girl.
You
I'm a
figured there'd
kid
be
size
extra room.
4.
Just curl your feet in.
I don't have to. I'm a kid size 4. That's why I fit into Shiloh's snow boots.
See, I like both too, Minty. I completely
I like
we
both too.
agree.
I mean, I do.
Very much there. I love the Jason movies. I love them all. Every
Freddy's got the best
single
one-liners.
Jason movie. Nightmare on Elm Streets, I don't love them all. I'm not a huge fan of Part 2.
Nope. He's not.
I'm not a huge fan of Part 4
Dream Warriors.
or Part 5. And I am
Huge
not a fan of the remake.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell's freaking no on the remake. I will tell you this right now. I
Part
was
1?
so pissed off. No.
Part 3, I'd say Freddy's Dead. Part 6 is my favorite
I like that
Freddy
one.
movie. I absolutely love Freddy's Dead.
I like Freddy's New Nightmare.
And Wes Craven's
New Nightmare. Sorry, I always call it Freddy's New Nightmare because it's Freddy.
So, but that's the difference. See, I like every single Jason movie, and I like, half of the Freddy movies. Good afternoon, Edge. Good morning, whichever it is to you. To here, it's a little bit after 12 o'clock, but feeling like morning for sure.
My hair is so clean and will not stop.
Thank you, dog lover. I'm glad that you enjoy the streams. I mean, I do too.
Aren't you happy I put it up?
Yeah.
I told you.
Yes,
I told you. He's like, only 3 people showed up for the stream yesterday. And I'm like, no, watch.
No, last week. And anyways,
you put up Blood and Beans.
I was just saying nobody was. I was just saying that nobody was going to be disappointed. That's all.
Yeah, how many people right now would be upset or at least a little bit disappointed if we were, shut up right now, doing Blood and Beans? Even though it's just a bunch of hodgepodge talking.
It's just a casual stream.
Yes, but
it's okay to skip a weekend.
Everybody, no, it's not.
It's okay to skip a weekend. No, it's not, she says. Listen, anyways, point is, I'm glad that there's Blood and Beans today.
I said so. And then after Blood and Beans, we'll be making a lovely brunch. Him making the eggs, because I can't make eggs over easy.
And if I have time today, like I said, I might do a stream on my side channel after brunch, maybe. We'll see. Thinking about doing that battle talent game.
Yes, I am.
It's a game with very realistic murder physics.
I would be sad.
Like you
I would be
can throw a sword and stick it through someone's face. You can fight against goblins, skeletons, and I guess dark elves. I haven't found any yet in the natural game itself. But the physics are like, incredible. Like you can like reach out, grab an enemy by the throat, and shove a dagger into its eye.
It's a really good game for when you've had a bad day at work.
Skewer a goblin with your sword and just walk him backwards and shield bash him in the face over and over and over again while he's impaled and you're walking him backwards.
Come home, grab a White Claw, and start just spearing
Yes, it's
things.
very much like a... And I did post a small video on my side channel. But yeah, I might stream that today. Because there is like a maze run thing in it. And I haven't gotten through the maze yet. So it'd be kind of cool to give that a go. I'm being bad. Yes, I have my vape, but I'm rolling a cigarette.
I hope the backyard now goes and dries out enough.
It's been.
And I'm going when we get it all nice and straightened out and hopefully level. I want to try and get a croquet set. And we're going to start playing some croquet.
We had to fix our pipes.
Pipe
broke.
It was
Yard
yes,
wet.
it was pipes,
Had to
but
fix
it was
that.
the teeth.
Had to drop my car off on Friday to get that fixed.
Well, you didn't really drop it. You kind of rolled it in.
Still have to drop off the Explorer to get that fixed. So like,
it's never ending, and my father always said that. He goes, once one thing
just got slammed this past month.
My dad always said, once one thing gets finished, something else pops up. And I mean, I got to redo a section of ceiling in my hallway. I have to redo the ceiling in the bathroom. So it doesn't leak.
I would be disappointed.
See, I told you that everybody was saying shit.
I understand everybody was saying shit.
I am the one.
Listen, I'm not saying there was never going to be another Blood and Beans. I was just saying I might have taken this Sunday off. I might have skipped this Sunday. That's all. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm still chilling. I'm, waking up, drinking my coffee. And it's nice to do that with you guys. But yeah, I wasn't saying no more Blood and Beans ever. I was just like, I might skip a day. But...
Jabba has been crying since yesterday because the kittens
are gone.
Yes. He is very unhappy about this, that his kids are gone.
Jabba is
not happy.
He's big. He looks like a full-grown cat. He's a little over a year old.
And Monica picked him up. And it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, Monica's very small. She's 4'9".
4'8".
4'8". But so her holding Jabba, like it was just funny. It looked like she was holding like a baby tiger.
Yeah, a baby panther.
So very, very funny. But he's been wandering more than the mother cat has been. She hasn't really given two craps that the kittens are gone.
I'm telling you.
He has been pacing the house back and forth crying for the past 2 days.
He's the kind of breed that is the kind that helps take care of the cats when the mother goes away. He cleans them, he watches them. I mean, you saw the picture on Discord. They were all laying on him.
Also, because Edge is here, I just wanted to go ahead and put this out there. The next Confronting Evil will premiere on April 16th, which is the day before Easter. So, and that's coming up quick. I only mention that now because it's like 2 weeks away. I'm actually working on that video now. I've got all the lines I need. I've got it all narrated. I just gotta stick the pieces together. So.
Save up for Easter dinner. I don't make Easter dinner, which is nice. I have my side of the family. We always had Easter dinner until I married this wonderful man.
My family always went out on Easter.
And exactly. And I didn't know this until one Easter we spent with his parents. and there was no cooking involved. And I was like, what is this? This is something new. He's like, no, we all go out. This is not Easter. I was like, okay, cool.
That's what I keep telling her, actually, Somber. I keep telling her that she could probably go and apply in, like, as such, and maybe even get, like, a little bit of assistance with things like, you know, vehicles that are a little bit safer for someone her size to drive, or something along those lines.
She has to sit on a pillow.
And she refuses. She doesn't want help from anybody.
She's 19.
So
we are talking about a 19-year-old
she's going
girl.
to be 20. I know. I'm just saying. But yes, she technically, she would legally classify as, you know, midget.
And she's out of the two that I have of them, Monica and Sabrina. Monica is actually the safer driver. Sabrina has already gotten tickets and shit. And
you learn through
for
failure.
Speeding and that.
Learn through failure.
Going 80 through a 55.
But yeah, gotta have safe kids. And Easter should be fun. And Confronting Evil comes out the day before Easter, which is what sparked that whole conversation. But it is episode 8. It is a 10-episode season. So season 1 will be ending in June. We are getting really close here to the end. There's 3 more episodes left of Confronting Evil for this year.
5'5" is actually average height. 5'5", you should be about 130 pounds, 140 pounds.
Depending on your build.
Give or take. My body mass. The only reason why I know this is because of biology. Sorry. I'm 5'2". I'm the tallest in my immediate family of women. And believe it or not, Shiloh
is at her.
Monica.
She's at her sister's house.
Yeah, who she's taller than. That's just funny. Sorry, she's 12. Monica's 19. The 12-year-old is taller than the 19-year-old.
Yes, yay Mackenzie. Mackenzie returns on April 16th. I know you actually have been following the series like right along as well. So, but yeah, it's going to be coming to a close soon. At least season 1. And we'll talk more about it as it gets close. But I know some of you already know all this information, and some of you don't, because I talk about it all the time, but not everybody is around all the time, which obviously totally cool. But yeah, 3 more episodes left, and then it's disappearing for 3 months. But during those 3 months off from Confronting Evil, there will be a book release, and in that book will be an exclusive story. So you'll have another Confronting Evil basically to read in between the 2 seasons. And then there's going to be a live stream about a month after that with the voice actors and me and Doughboy, the authors, going over like a retrospective of each episode that's come out for season 1. And then October, the beginning of October, Confronting Evil season 2 releases. So,
I put on my hoodie the other day, and it was dark, and I got stuck.
It will end, Pimp Demon. Nothing happened. It didn't say anything happened to Mackenzie, I don't think. Yeah. And nothing's happened to Mackenzie, except yay.
Yay.
She's coming back April 16th. But if you want to get caught up, Confronting Evil episode 7 is still up. It released about 2 weeks ago. Week ago, something like that. So some good stuff there. But yeah, we are leading into it. I know you not like Pimp Demon. I don't want it to end. Yeah, it's not really going to. Like I said, you're just having 3 months off, and then it's coming right back to it again in October. So it's only 3 months away, and you're still going to get some Confronting Evil content during that time with the book and the stream. And then I'm also releasing Locust Lake, Only They Can Hear You Scream. It's a Locust Lake in space story. Takes place hundreds of years in the future. I think you guys are actually really, really going to like it. And I'm also releasing a 4-part miniseries called The Chronicles of Rabob. So, everybody wanted me to do a Huck miniseries. I'm still actually kind of getting lynched over that. And I was thinking about doing a Huck miniseries, but right now Huck, he's in a series. I mean, Huck's like in almost every episode of Confronting Evil, so it's kind of like that's your Huck series. So I was like, I'll do one better. I'll create a Rabob series, a prequel series. We'll make it a mini series. But yeah, still getting lynched over the Huck thing. But the Chronicles of Rabob is coming. It's like I said, 4 parts, and I've already got 3 of those parts written. So there's got 1 more to go. But before I write that, I actually have to finish up Confronting Evil 10. Doughboy has since sent me part 9 and part 10, so I gotta finish writing part 10, and then season 1 is done, written. Sweet beans. Hashtag give Huck his own series.
I was gonna say, I'm squinting to read that. I'm blind, people. I need a new prescription.
Yeah, there's the interactions in the coming up episode. There's actually a lot of backstory behind that, and I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that there is a retcon, kind of. It's not a retcon because it was written in as part of the story, but in behind the scenes, it was a retcon. It's something that Mary messaged me about, and she's like, yeah, Mackenzie wouldn't do this. So I was like, I'll tell you what, in a future episode, I will go ahead, I'll write in a retcon. And it actually leads into some of the subplot in part 8. So it was a good jumping off point. But the interactions in this are going to be, they are really, really good. Excited.
You keep stepping on me. With your excitedness.
Is that what you're
I
huffing?
wouldn't mind, but it's like the very tips of my toes.
Yeah, I'll keep my feet here.
That big feet.
Do not. I wear a size 11 shoe.
Yeah, that's big.
It's not big. Size
You're
11
only
is normal.
5'7". 5'7" with an 11
My
and
driver's
a half
license says
wide.
My driver's license says 5'7" and a half.
I know. Yeah, you're actually 5'7". My dad would do the same thing. He was 5'5". He put down 5'7". Like, Dad, you're lying about 2 inches.
Yeah, that's.
I'm 5'2". I put down 5'2 and a half.
Yeah, I did a half an inch. Gave myself a half an inch.
I don't even think my fingerprints are the same anymore. Because just working at Outback pulling shit out of the grease, I think if I get, like, arrested, I'm not going to show up.
He'll show up. Fingerprints regrow. I used to burn mine accidentally all the time, unscrewing my black light when I was a kid. Calloused my hands
I
right
used
over.
to put my fingers in fryers.
Okay, but your fingerprints go back.
Look at that. Feel that. That's just from using the
Should-
lighter all the time.
Should see
I have,
my
like,
video game thumb.
I have a callus on my thumb. I mean, it's like totally ripped and torn just from the lighter. I had the writer.
Mine says 5'8". I rounded up. So Somber is not much taller than me. That's funny because you got
Believe
such
it
a
or not, actually,
deep.
your casket is going to cost
You have
more.
such a deep baritone voice, so it's funny that you walk into a back alley and all you hear is Somber's voice, and you'd be fucking terrified. And then you think he turns the corner, it's like this 5'8" guy. This really deep voice. Hey Manny, how are you? My buddy Pico was 6'4".
Yep, he was 6'4".
Yep.
That casket
6'2" is tall.
Really
He used to
expensive.
go to Walmart with me and get all the stuff off the top shelf. It's like unreal. I'll get
If we
that.
went to the
I'll
flea
get that for
market,
you, Minus.
It was so easy to find
Screw
them.
you, Pico. I can get it myself.
I used to climb the shelves.
Yeah, you can't. Don't do that. Don't do that.
When I worked at Walmart, that's how I used to.
But you
restock
went
them.
to do it now, and when we went to Walmart, to go get a bag of chips. You went to try and climb the chip rack. don't
No, you
do
don't
that.
pin the chip on. You only put your first foot in the chip.
No, you were stepping on and grabbing the freaking thing in front of you. You were ready. No, don't. You would have knocked over the whole freaking chip rack. My wife, man, I swear to God, she's absolutely nuts.
I am. Thanks very much.
In a good way. Everybody's
No, you
nuts.
also...
Oh, yeah, no, just you. You're the only one who's nuts.
You want nuts? Let's get nuts.
I've thought about it. I do, I don't really know Unit 20. I know of him. I know Unit 522, though. Like I said, I know of him. I don't, speak to him personally. And doing lines sometimes can be really, really challenging, because it's not just getting a hold of somebody, especially someone like that, but it's also them keeping the commitment to the lines. A lot of the times I'll reach out to people and ask them to do lines. Sometimes they say yes if they're a bigger channel. Sometimes they just don't get back to me. And if I do get, a hold of them, then maybe half of those people, actually get me the lines when I need them. So what happens is projects end up getting pushed, they end up getting delayed, or I end up having to rush trying to find people to hurry up and fill these projects.
Yeah.
And they don't have, a recording space. A lot of the people that do get me lines all the time, it's not easy for them. So instead of doing it like that, a lot of my collaborations, I'd rather work with talented voice actors that I can depend on. That's what it is for me. Being dependable is just as important as being able to voice act and having a good mic. Because if you can voice act and you do have a good mic, if you can't get me your lines, that doesn't do me any good.
Revenge of the Nerds? Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And I've seen it.
Yeah, I've heard them. All three of them. Actually.
Yeah. They're actually...
Used to be on Fox 23. The third one, go out to the gas station and get 3D glasses. Then they didn't work at all on TV, but I remember.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I love the Revenge of the Nerd movie. Well, I don't love them because it's been so long since I've seen them, but they were good. They were good. Don't get me wrong. They were good. So,
they're very good.
That's the third one because it has my favorite song as the appearance of Alcoholic. Yep, that is episode 3 is the one where Eugene Huckleberry Bruce made his appearance. He was in the third Confronting Evil. And like I said, it's a tribute story. It's a tribute series, basically, to Supernatural. Did you fall?
Good. I hope you got,
That was Jabba knocking things over on top of
trying
himself.
to get to cats.
I know.
Leave my cat alone. Yeah, I got your tail. Leave my cat alone.
See, that hurts.
I have been living with cats for 39 years.
Okay, well,
I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone, Jabba. He's bad. He's a year old, so he's like teenage Groot.
Yeah, yeah. Ever since he got a couple acorns, he's been bad.
Well, thank you. I am really happy that you do like the Confronting Evil series because it's my favorite series to write for. I absolutely love the Confronting Evils. I like writing for them. I like listening to them myself. I'm actually really excited for part 10 because when part 10, before it comes out, I'm going to go back and I'm going to re-listen to the whole series. And that'll probably be considerably before the release of Confronting Evil for the part 10 for everybody, because part 10, anybody who's done any voice acting in these, so Nightmare's Edge and stuff like that, if you guys have done any voice acting for the first season 1, I will be going to be crediting everybody individually at the end of the story in the credits, not just on one big title card where it just lists all the whole season. I'm going to list every voice actor in the part they played in the credits, and I'm going to be doing a red carpet event basically a week before the season finale happens, so like in the beginning of June. And every voice actor from the first season in season 1 will be invited. You'll get a private invitation, and a week before the finale premieres, basically everybody who worked on season 1 will be able to sit down and kind of listen to it together privately, like a private screening. So just be prepared. If you were part of confronting evil in the first season at all, you will be getting a link to the quote-unquote red carpet event for the finale.
Sorry, I just sounded like a Wookiee.
The Leviathan season, I agree, wasn't the best for Supernatural. Like, I love Supernatural. Everybody hated the Leviathan season. I loved Dick Roman.
Dick Roman was a dick,
I absolutely
but he was a funny dick.
loved Dick Roman. Dick Roman was freaking awesome. Good talk. Love that guy. He's fucking hilarious. But yeah, Supernatural was, I'm a really, really, really big fan of Supernatural. Yes, there were some seasons that were better than others. The early seasons were really good. It kind of petered out a little bit in the middle. Leviathan season, everybody agrees, was probably the biggest low. And even that, let's face it, as far as TV goes, like, I would still probably take, like, the Leviathan season of Supernatural over just about anything that's on TV right now. So it's a low when you compare it to the rest of Supernatural, but it's not a low as, like, for television itself.
You're unique, Charlie.
And then towards the end, like, the last few seasons, and again on season 15, I loved season 15. I wasn't happy with the finale episode, the series finale.
I cried.
It still kind of depresses me. It doesn't. I didn't cry, but man, these people that I've been living with for 15 years, and it was I wasn't too. I think they could have done it better. But, of course, everybody's going to think that, not just a writer. Every fan is going to think, I could have done it better. But for what it's worth, it could have been a lot worse, and I did really like the end and the ending that we got when you consider, the pandemic and stuff like that. I mean, it worked. It wasn't terrible. But yeah, Supernatural's basically one of my favorite shows ever.
Kind of played out, so Walking Dead never kind of really appealed to us. We just watched World War Z. That was actually pretty good. Didn't mind it.
The Walking Dead. I watched the first season. I can't get into it. I couldn't. It's too much drama.
For zombies.
Like, I just couldn't get into it. I tried. But like she said, zombies have been done to death. If it's going to be zombies, you've really got to do something with it. Because it's already been done, especially if it's Romero zombies. Yeah. You gotta remember, George Romero created the whole zombie trope back in like the 1960s with Night of the Living Dead. Before that, every zombie was a voodoo zombie. So every zombie after that, like, they're basically just taking George Romero's idea. It's just a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. You get some variants which are, different viruses, or these zombies can talk, or these zombies can run, but it's still basically it's a variant of a Romero zombie. Do something new.
See, I like Zombieland.
Zombieland was hilarious because it wasn't about the zombies.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why Zombieland was good.
The second one was awesome too. Oh, it's a Homer.
Like, it was in a zombie apocalypse, so you had that, but the zombie apocalypse in Zombieland was the subplot. That was the subplot of the movie. The overarching plot was actually the character development between the characters. That was why Zombieland was fantastic.
That's got Woody Harrelson.
Because of the character development. That's why. The interactions and the rhetoric between the characters, and that's because the characters are, they were well written and they stayed within their boundaries. They created characters with personalities and threw them into this crazy situation together, and literally you could tell just from a writing perspective how this was done, and let these characters with their personalities dictate their interactions, how they're going to talk to one another, how they're going to respond to those things that are said to one another, and in a very realistic, believable way that goes in line with their personalities and their characters. It was just written really, really well. And again, the whole zombie thing was subplot. I mean, it was there through the whole thing. It was visible, but same thing with Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead's another fantastic zombie movie. I love that. That might be one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. And again, it wasn't because it was a zombie movie. It's because the zombies were actually the background. It was the subplot. The main, that, again, was the same thing as Zombieland. It was character development. And the satire and metaphors they made to, like, everyday living. Like, going to work every day like a zombie, back and forth like a drone, and not noticing things, and like they played on all those tropes of modern society and compared it to being a zombie. I mean, it was a good movie. It was a stroke of genius. That is good writing.
That was an instant cult classic.
Right, that George Romero said that was an instant cult classic as soon as it came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty big compliment coming from the granddaddy of zombies.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go into cult classics like into...
Hey, Frank, how are you?
Hi, Frankie.
Happy afternoon.
It's so funny because my grandfather's name on my mother's side was Frank. But I bet you're a lot nicer than he was.
So. Him? Frank?
Frank, yeah.
Probably. He's a nice dude. I've known Frank for, what, man, going on 8 years now? Frank's been following me on my channel and posting comments, and I've been replying to him. And I think we've known each other, like, on some other social media. I know it wasn't Discord, because I didn't have a Discord till a couple years ago. But I think you reached out to me before on, like, either Facebook or Twitter. I want to say Facebook. But yeah, I've known Frank for quite a while. Back since season 1 of Sociopathic Pasta. I'm not nice, he says. Well, you pretend very well.
My dad used
It
to
would
say
probably
that.
be
I'm not
attributed to
nice.
Resident Evil 4 Silent Hill. See,
I like Silent Hill.
Silent Hill's good.
I like
Resident Evil.
I like Resident Evil.
I liked the games more than the movies, and I've only ever played a little bit of Resident Evil 4 VR.
Dying Light, I've never seen.
Never played any Resident Evil game until I got
Dead
Resident
Island,
Evil
I've
4
never
in virtual
seen.
reality.
Alan Wake. Max Payne. Of course, I've seen Max Payne.
Dead Rising was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't
that long
great, but
time
was
ago.
good.
Is Hellboy
But
considered
yeah,
a horror
I am
movie?
kind of torn. Do I want to play that battle sim and like that murder simulator and walk through that maze and stream that and try and get through that maze while stabbing goblins in the face and shit? Or do I want to stream more Resident Evil 4? I'm torn, like a Musselman's phone book. No, easy to tear. Okay, I'm gonna get a phone book. I want to watch you tear a phone book in half.
I'm not gonna tear it in half. You have to do it
I
in sections.
can promise you, I'm a little bit biased, Pimp Demon, but I can promise you, Locust Lake in space will be awesome. Absolutely, it is going to be. It is awesome. It is written. It's been written for about 3 years, and I've been sitting on it because I didn't really like it. I stopped writing for about a year. After my old channel went down, I took about almost a year, about 10 months off. I didn't write anything because I had hundreds of stories to put up, so there was no point in writing. Then I started writing again, and the first thing I wrote was that, because Doughboy told me that he had finished the Locust Lake series. And I was like, well, no, Locust Lake has to live forever. And so I wrote that as a way that, in continuity, to keep Locust Lake alive forever, no matter what. Like, just like Jason X. Like, Locust Lake has to continue at some point, because there's a Locust Lake in space story now. And granted, it's written in written form, but, you know. But anyways, I kind of wasn't sure if I liked it or not because it was the first story that I had written in over, almost a year. And it was long. It was really long. It was much longer than almost all my other stories that I had written. So I was like, yeah, this is probably really long and really convoluted, and it just seems really linear to me, and I didn't like it. So I kept it all on loose leaf paper, stapled it together, and I left it in my work binder for 3 years. And then just recently, I was like, Doughboy really wants to read it. I was like, it's just a first draft, but I'll transcribe it. So I took like 3 days in a couple hours each day and transcribed the whole thing. And as I was, because I had taken so much time away from this story, I remembered nothing. About what I wrote. So as I was transcribing it, I was like, wow, this is really good. Well, I really like the beginning. The beginning's really good. So I kept reading, and I'm like, oh, well, this is really cool, and I really like this. And then I was at the ending, and I was like, this is really good. And I didn't understand why I didn't like it. There's a lot of little nods to Star Trek, Aliens, Jason X, Jason Takes Manhattan, Event Horizon. There's so many nods.
I like Event Horizon.
I know. I like Aliens.
Aliens is good. My cousin Rick got
Hellraiser Bloodlines.
I like some of the Hellraiser movies, not all.
There's a lot of different little nods to other horror in that story. Dr. Clark has some fucking great one-liners, and I really like what I did to the Lady of the Water. I really, really think you're gonna like this Locust Lake in Space story. I really, really do, because I ended up going back and reading it, and I fucking loved it. Went and I made a movie poster for it and the whole nine. Like, I can't wait. And I'm so excited to talk about this, but it's March and it's not coming out to July. So I'm doing my best to kind of just sit on it and not say anything. But I promise you, it's very good. It's everything Jason X was supposed to be. Jason X was supposed to be a much darker film. It wasn't supposed to be as colorful and lighthearted and jokey, and it was supposed to be a much darker, gritty, brutal film. Basically a reflection of the coldness and darkness of space. I really think, I tried to kind of take it in that direction, and that's definitely gave off that vibe. So I really think that you guys are really going to like that. And again, I think you're going to like the Chronicles of Raybob as well. They're more of a mystery and tie-in story than they are horror. There are some horror elements in it, and I really think you're going to like how it ends, because it ties things in nicely. And there's some cool cameos, so I think you guys are going to really like that. Let me go ahead and read some of this. Okay. Being nice is not a faking being. No, I'm only saying that because you say it. So I think you're a nice person, so you must be really good at faking it. I'd like to stream lives beneath or something with the means to interacting with chat. I don't either. See, I can't interact with chat either. So if I do stream on my side channel today, I won't be able to interact with anyone. But the good thing of that is that if no one shows up to the stream, I won't know it. It'll be like, oh, no one's here, and I'll just be like talking to myself. So it's a double-edged sword. I might be able to convince Pockets to play chat moderator, though. We'll see. It's Locust Lake and damn space. Friday the 13th, not Jason. Agreed, yes. And Locust Lake in space is... It's not Amityville in space. It's not that movie that's coming out, which looks laughable. It's not even Jason X. I'm telling you, you're gonna really like it. It's good. It's good. The first Evil Within was directed. I don't think I've seen the Evil Within. No, I've seen Evil Within. Yes, I have. But no shit. He directed Resident Evil. No kidding. That was Evil Within. That was the movie about that kid that turns into like a giant cicada. I remember that movie. I had no idea that he did Resident Evil. Listen to my eternal... Yeah, I believe so. I'm pretty sure you sent me the link to it. If you send it to me on Discord when this is over, I'll go ahead and I'll pull it up. If the like button is checked, I'm guaranteed that I've seen it. And it does ring a bell. But yeah, I'd like to double check. So at some point, just send over a link. You can even just post it right in the campfire of the Discord. It's perfectly fine. Let everybody watch it again. Do it. That's your homework. Yes. I am aware of the back rooms. I was actually trying to get an app for that on my Oculus Quest. But the only way I could do it is to install SideQuest, and it's not really an option for me, and there's not anything on App Labs. There's also Slenderman the 8 Pages, but you can only get it through SideQuest. You can't get it on App Labs, and I find that highly disappointing because I really want Slenderman in VR. That sounds like fun, and terror and fun, and that would probably be very entertaining to watch. Me? I'm always spilling beans all over the place. Blood and beans. Everything's just getting spilled, man.
You spill everything. He's a
Jason was
klutz.
different from what I thought when I first watched it because it was going to be Jason. Yeah, when I was a kid, I kind of thought that too. It was actually one of the disappointments of the movie. Something that a lot of people, like on the subway, he's just like pushing people aside to like get to the people he's trying to kill. And that's not Jason. Jason's the guy at the rave in Freddy vs. Jason where, yeah, he's trying to kill this person, but he's going to kill everybody at that rave, too, because that's what Jason does. There are some discrepancies with Jason Takes Manhattan.
I hate that movie.
Some of them, like the subway chase, like that, I'll just, like, he was tunnel visioned, maybe, after those people. Just really wanted them. But for most of it, like the teleporting and stuff like that, that can easily be explained away by the girl who was having hallucinations through the whole movie. If you want me to really, sometime break down Jason Takes Manhattan so that it makes sense with the rest of the continuity of the series, like how Jason Takes Manhattan connects to Jason Goes to Hell. And you can actually see that when Jason Goes to Hell. At the end of Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason turns back into a little kid. His body melts away in the toxic waste of New York City. And then in Jason Goes to Hell, he's back, but he's all like bubbly and like weird looking, deformed, like he got dumped in toxic waste. So that's easily explained away because the girl who looked back at Jason and saw him as a child was the girl who was having the hallucinations. So it could very easily be said that, she didn't actually see that Jason didn't melt into a little child, that he just became all bubbly and made his way back to Crystal Lake, which sounds ridiculous until you actually look at Jason Goes to Hell when the doctor ate his heart and then on foot made it all the way back to Camp Crystal Lake, leaving a body trail along the way. So it is something that Jason does do later on in the movie series in continuity. So it is something that he could have done previously. So I can really shoehorn in some continuity in this stuff. Made sure. It all makes sense to me. Oh, The Evil Within is a video game. I did not know that. I was talking about the old 80s, I think. Maybe 90s. I think it's an 80s movie called The Evil Within. It's about in the South, and this kid ends up, he's like half human, half cicada. It sounds really weird. It's a pretty decent movie for like its time. It's not bad. Leviathan was a good movie. I liked Leviathan. That's a good. We watched a movie once. It's a really good movie. It's like The Abyss meets The Thing. That's Leviathan. It's The Abyss meets The Thing. That's a really good movie. I did like Leviathan a lot. I actually have that on VHS, like not recorded. Like I have the actual store-bought videotape of Leviathan. Sorry, I'm reading some chat.
Oh yeah, they're really gonna get upset when you're playing catch up on the reading.
No, there's a lot in the chat. There's a lot to read. Yep, the internet can most certainly flip you the bird. It's done it to me once or twice. It's just a big old F you and shuts down. So yeah, I downloaded a couple horror games to my Quest that I haven't even played yet. One is a FNAF ripoff fan game, basically. It's called Polar Dread. It takes place in a hotel. You're a hotel night watchman. It's a hotel with animatronics, and they walk around in the dark and jump scare you. You gotta watch security cam. It's very much FNAF, but from what I've been told and what I've seen, it's supposed to be absolutely freaking terrifying. And then I downloaded another one last night too. I don't remember what it is. It's almost like, I think it's like a puzzle game. You're walking around with like a flashlight, but you can only see what's in front of you. I don't know a whole lot about what that's about, so I don't know. I might stream that at some point, but if I do, I'm probably not going to play it until I stream it, put it that way. So that way you guys can all see my first, initial girly reactions. Because horror in virtual reality is different than horror on TV.
It's much funnier when you scream.
It's terrifying. Horror in virtual reality is on a whole new level. It's way different watching a scary movie than it is living through one. That's gets the heart racing, gets the blood pumping. Evil Within is okay. I'll have to check that out. I do like games with a nice mind fucky plot. Sounds interesting. I'll definitely have to check it out. I have so much stuff I want. Don't need to buy any games for a while. I know that. I've got so much stuff I gotta play.
No more buying games.
I'm not planning on it.
Unless checking with wife first.
I know that.
I'm not playing a game with you either. I'm washing the counter. Move. Stop it. Oreo. This is not a game.
I'm getting a warning for the stream's bitrate. So if things crash, let me know. If things go bad, let me know. You can't hear me. Let me know. Looks like the internet is giving me a big old FU. Blade trilogy was okay.
I love Blade.
But there was actually 4 movies, but I think one was right to DVD. And didn't have Wesley Snipes in it. They were alright.
There was 3.
No, there was in the box set. You had a 4th one.
No, that is Chronicles of Riddick.
No, you had a 4th. I'll look it up.
That is not.
Four film favorites. Blade. House of Chithon. Blade, the House of Chithon. And it's not... Yes, we did. We watched it once, and it was really, really stupid. It does not have Wesley Snipes in it. It's bad. It is bad.
That's probably why I don't remember.
Blade. House of...
See, now I like Chronicles of Riddick.
Chthon?
I like all of
Chithon?
them.
Chthon? C-H-T-H-O-N. Let's see. There we go. There's the wiki. Here we go. You guys want to learn more about it? There it is. I don't know if that classifies as a movie. Like it's an hour and a half long. It's movie length. It's just really bad.
Chronicles of Riddick though, that one, the animated one.
It's good.
That was fucking awesome, and I put that off watching it for like so long, and then I finally watched it. It is really good.
Nah, I think Wesley Snipes did a really good job as Blade, so I'm kind of glad they ended up going with him.
Oh, hell yeah. Especially in number 1 when the cops are shooting at him. He's like, motherfucker, I'm cleaning and I'm talking at the same time.
Survival. You know, it's another survival horror game that I have and I've never actually played. Like, I played like the first 2 levels and then I just kind of got interested in another game. Never went back. Outlast. I have Outlast on my Nintendo Switch.
Outlast?
And I've never, like, played it. That's another game, like, I'd really like to play. It's a survival horror game, kind of. But I'm telling you, like I don't know, like, if it, like, something like that came to VR, like, I'd probably want to get it, but I don't know if I'd want to play it. Because it's so different in VR. Things are, especially, like, if they do a good job with, you know, the sound, ambient sounds and textures, because good VR tricks your brain. Good VR will trick your brain into believing that this is real. And you just kind of forget about the reality around you. You're just, you know, you're there, inside, you know, playing a game in your VR headset, but you're there. You're mentally present. Good horror can be terrifying. Another thing that works great in VR is 3D movies. 3D movies were made for virtual reality. Oh my god. Those are freaking awesome at VR. Like, you want to see VR, like, 3D movies that, like, where the 3D works really well? Like, that's where it's at. I've actually been trying to get Somber to check that out, too. It's an application called Big Screen, where you can go and, well, he's been doing other cool stuff. I'm just letting him know it exists. It's a virtual reality movie theater application. They have all kinds of, like, movies and stuff that you can watch, like, on movie theater sized screens in movie theaters with other people or by yourself. They have apartments. They have all these different kinds of environments. It's really, really cool. But yeah, like, 3D movies in a movie theater, like, in VR, like, it worked really, really, really well.
And you don't need special glasses.
No, because you're already wearing you're literally wearing your special glasses. You don't need to put on any extra glasses. Like, it's good times. Good times. So.
I mean, even I like to do that.
Pimp Demon, not a problem. I think we're going to be getting going here soon as well. We are about 57, 58 minutes in. So I'm going to close the stream out in a couple of minutes. So if you guys have anything else you want to go ahead and post or ask or whatever, comment on, feel free to do that now while the clock is ticking. But Pimp Demon, please take care. Thank you so much for popping in. I'm glad you stopped in today for this, what was really an unexpected Blood and Beans. So, very cool. Oh, yes, it should be a warning on VR. Dog lover. Horror in VR can, really, like I said, really get your heart pounding. I'm surprised no one's actually had a heart attack yet playing horror games. I'm surprised that hasn't really been a thing. I've seen grown men, like people that are used to playing VR all the time. I've seen grown men rip the headset off of their heads and say, nope, not playing this no more, I'm done. Because horror in VR is just completely on a, it's on a different level. It puts you in it. You're there. And it stops short of killing you. That's where it stops short. It doesn't actually kill you, but everything else is very real. It gives you an actual fit. That's what's like so cool about it, right? Like if something's really good and you meet a friend in VR, you guys can actually have a really very real presence, like a physical presence where you can walk and use hand gestures and talk to each other like you're standing right next to one another, and your brain doesn't really know the difference. And that person could be half a globe away. I mean, Somber and I meet up almost every week in virtual reality on Thursdays for bar. I'm always posting those videos on my side channel. You know, I feel like I know the guy. I feel like I've known him now for a while because we're always interacting together in a virtual reality, in a virtual world.
The whole family basically knows him.
It's a way to really, you know, it's a completely different form of communication. It creates an actual physical presence, which is cool. Just find that really cool. So, Dino Crisis, I have seen it. I think I've played it. Closest game though that I've like really gotten into to Dino Crisis was like Turok. I don't even think that's even close to the same. But Dino Crisis just kind of made me think of Turok because Turok is awesome. Love Turok. Oh, I suck at those games. I've never beaten any of them. And yeah, I believe FNAF VR would make you yell like an injured puppy. I screamed top of my lungs, like full on, like like full on screams. Like the other night when I was playing Resident Evil 4. I had no idea that there were snakes in that game, and I had no idea that snakes hid in loot boxes. I've never played Resident Evil 4 before. I've never played any of them, so I'm just going into this in VR for the first time, not knowing about anything. So the first time I broke open a loot box and there was a pit viper in there, and I froze. I was like, oh my god, is that a snake? And because I stood there for too long, the fucking thing jumped at me and bit me. You never, like, I screamed like a little fucking girl. I
screamed like little girl.
I screamed because
it was hilarious.
I was not expecting that at all.
I laughed.
At all. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying experience.
And we both said he saw a snake.
I will never ever open up another loot box in that game without having a gun in my other hand.
Before he even said snake, we're like, yeah, I saw a snake.
5 minutes later, I shot a plant. Because I broke open I broke open a loot box and I saw a green plant and I was like, green, bang, bang, bang. Oh, it's a plant.
Poor plant. Goodbye, plant.
So, good times. All right. I think I'm gonna go jump on brunch and help my wife make the meal since she's been cleaning the kitchen. And then I might do a little bit of streaming later on my side channel. If I do, I will post that link in the Discord. So if you guys want to, if you're in the Discord, you won't miss anything. And if you're interested, just keep an eye on there. Thank you all so much for coming today.
I am very happy you all came.
I hope you have a fantastic Sunday and rest of your weekend. Mine's going to last an extra day because tomorrow's my birthday. And I don't have to go to work. So, yay. Extended weekend for me. Love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Like I said, please be safe out there. And yes. I will catch you this coming weekend. I did smoke that green. Have a
He's got me. Of course he does.
Fantastic day. Love you guys.